Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm going to share my screen. Kindly let me know either it is visible or not.
Ma'am, it's visible.
Alright, Ma'am Nadia asked to share some tips as she is facing some problems in certain modules. Ma'am, can you describe your problem in this module?
Ma'am, in this first section, it's fine, but I lost my focus in section 2 and 3. And also, after even listening his words and understanding, I can't pick the correct option.
Okay, how much score you are getting around in
Ma'am,
one go?
I'm overall 6 to 7 max.
Alright, and in which section you are getting your person wrong most of the time?
Second and third, and mostly in third.
Alright, so then you don't have any problem of understanding. You're getting in particular section, which is this one.
I guess, ma'am, third or third section. Yes, in
Uh,
section 3 or sometime in section 2.
Alright,
Yes.
and have you noticed which type of person you are making wrong?
Ma'am, these multiple questions. Ma'am, I also want to ask you something. I asked this question in another session too, and they told me what you need to follow. You need to read these questions before completing your previous sections. But when I start implementing this tip, then my questions in section 1 and section 2 also getting missed because of my focus on this section 3. So I
Alright,
don't think so this tip will work for me. If I focused on each section separately, then it will work better for me. But in this section 3, as they have longer statement and long multiple questions, so multiple options, so I can't get how can I improve this.
alright. You are doing wrong question. One is and multiple choice question. Are there any other type of question in which you are facing difficulty?
Ma'am, that maps question, I guess.
So these are two type of question which you are doing incorrectly, right?
Yes,
Uh, rest of things are okay.
yes.
Okay. So these are two type of person. Many people also face the same problem. Have you joined any session where this module is going on, and have you asked from them?
Yes, ma'am. One session is running nowadays, but I haven't joined them when they teaching this module. But I asked them this question. He told me the tip. I should read these section 2 or 3 question when I get pauses in section 1. But if I implement this tip, then I lost my focus for part 1 too. So I don't think so it works for me because I have to focus on. I think I should have focus on the section which um, audio is running. But
All
then
right,
section 3, and in section 3, I can't even read the question, and they start the audio.
all right. And one thing is that you mentioned that they mention when there are pauses, then you have need to read. In which time you start reading this section? If the audio is going on for part two, you can't read part
No,
three.
no, not during the audio running, but when we have pauses, like when in start, they just introduce us how the test will going on, and during the pauses, like you can read the question from 1 to 6 or 6 to 9. Then I try to read these questions, but I think by doing this, my focus is uh, um change, and that's why I lost previous parts questions too.
Are you going to give paper basic computer base exam, right?
Yes, ma'am. Now paper-based exam option is, I think, not
Not available.
available.
Yeah. Okay. How you? Let's see if you try to read the question in part three. So when you are in section two, then you try to read part three question, right? Or when you
Yes.
are what was your answer? When you are in section two, you are trying to read the section three question, right?
Yes, ma'am. When I get pauses in section 1 or section 2, during that time, I try to read part 3 questions.
All right. I think when there are passes for section one, how you can get the time, how you are trying to moving to part three. Have you highlight all the questions while they give the time for part one and you left some time and then you try to move in section three, right?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
All right. How much? I think you can. I think you can highlight all the 10% and still you can save your time, right?
Yes.
In that case, in my opinion, your highlighting is fast. Okay, when they are talking about when they say the question start highlighting question like look at the question from 1 to 4 and at that time you start highlighting.
Yes, ma'am. When I complete highlighting for my question section 1, then I started moving to section 3. But this trick works for me in a way that I can read the question of part 1 and part 3 all together. But in during implementing these tips, I think my focus for section 1 is also lost. So I don't think so it will work for me at least, because according to me we should focus each section separately. But now my problem is how can in this way how can I improve my section 3 where we have long questions and long multiple
Okay, I have one
options.
more question which I didn't get clearance. Let's see, sometime if you was a recording they said you have 30 questions, some basic instruction. Are you start highlighting at that time or you start highlighting when they said look at the question 1 to 4?
Ma'am, during pauses, I start highlighting part 3, but when they give that instruction, see question number 1 to 6, then I stuck on the same section and start highlighting them and reading them.
All right, you begin your highlighting process when they ask you to do, right?
Yes, yes.
All right. In my opinion, if you are doing in that way, you are able to highlight all 1 to 10 questions and you are getting enough time to part 3. It's mean your highlighting process, like looking question, is fast. But one more question. You just look at the question or you try to highlight some words?
I try to highlight some words, don't read the complete sentence, but yes, try to use the skimming um technique here and only highlight important words and read it quickly.
Alright. In my opinion, then your highlighting process is fast. Like you get enough time, even if because some people what they do when they are giving the instruction, they start highlighting, but they sometimes these things might be do not happen because your test is started when they say start looking at the question. If you are starting, as you said, you are starting when they ask you to look at the question, and your highlighting process is fast, you can have a time. Okay, you can go through, but I have never gone through this strategy. What I have do, I think they might be said. I do not go like when they ask me to highlight the process like 1 to 4. I usually try highlighting, and if I see the time is left, I start to highlight these questions. But I'm not able to highlight the entire 10 question within this time. Okay, because you know there are puzzles. So when they ask me try to highlight the answers 1 to 4, I try to highlight these persons. If time left, I highlight some of these questions because when they give time for these remaining questions, there is not much time to highlight the questions. So
So,
what
ma'am, during one sections, you don't get time to move to another section.
okay, let me explain the strategy of what I'm
Okay,
doing. I know it might help you. So
okay.
I do not go to any other section unless all these questions are completed. When I'm going to another section, let me tell you, when they give me the time 1 to 4%, because you will notice that for the remaining 6% there is a less time to highlight. So what I have, do when I finish all these 4% highlighting, if audio did not if audio do not did not start yet, what I if audio is did not start yet, what I do, I start marking these questions. So as soon as audio start, I left highlighting and went back to this. When the audio will finish for all the 10 questions, they will say you have like 1 minute 30 seconds, right, to check the answer.
Yes, ma'am.
But what I'm going to do, then I start to move to the next part. I do not check down the answers. Most of the done we have done, because if you thought you have make some spelling mistake, you have need to correct, then do it. Otherwise, I move to the part two. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
because
I also do this
I do
same.
not move while between the section. I move to the next part when one part is ended and they give me the time for checking answer. At that time, I move. Part one and part four are able to highlight within the seconds. There is a
Yes,
problem with part two, and particularly multiple choice question. So they have in a 30 second. I can highlight 2 3 questions, because I can't solve these questions without highlighting the MCQs parts. So what I do, when they give the session, I make it prior to make the highlighting for as fast as I can highlight couple of questions, and the remaining couple of questions are highlighted when they give the time for this. So in that way, I can manage the multiple choice question handling, because um, such type of low question are very difficult to answer without highlighting. For me, it is not possible to correctly answer the question without highlighting. So this is the strategy which I'm doing. I'm not moving to any other section, because I think that I can lose like I can lose the context, because you're focusing directly and you are focusing on another section. It means you might lose what you have read in these parts.
yes, ma'am. You
I
are
do not,
right.
I do not go.
Exactly, this happened to me. Yes.
Yeah, if you are able to highlight 10 questions within time, you have a still a time. In my opinion, your highlighting process is fast. Your right highlighting process is faster than even me, because I was only able, I did not get enough time to go to a section. I was only able to highlight all the questions within this section. But when they give me a few seconds to check the answer, if I have any problem, like I thought that I mistakenly written incorrect spelling, I can just correct it. Most of the time, this doesn't happen. I just quickly go to the part two and start to highlight it, because I know that there are multiple choice question. Even math, sometimes these are very difficult to highlight within few seconds. Time is not enough, which they
Yeah.
give. So what I do, I try to highlight, and then the many question I can highlight when like they will then they will when I first try to highlight, when they will give me few seconds. So when they will give me few seconds in part one to check the answer, I will highlight couple of questions, and when they will give few seconds for this part, I will try to highlight. In that way, I can manage. I will be able to manage all the questions of highlighting. If I am not able to highlight, there are many chances I will incorrect the answers, because you can't understand what is written all of it. So my question is that if highlighting is effect one strategy, you will get, you can move in that way, because you lose focus when you try to, because you are thinking about the next part instead of focusing on part one, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And this really affect your score.
Yes.
So what you have to do, try to check the strategies for a week and note either
Yes.
it will be able to help or not. In my opinion, you don't need to go to part 3 while in the part 1 try to give the answer, but when they give the time to read the answers for part 1, quickly move to the part 1 and highlight the question. In that way your focus will be not lose because your highlighting process is fast. In my opinion, you can easily highlight all the question and make the question correct. So you lose the focus, this is the one solution. You will have need to adopt same in the part, because we know part 2, and particularly if there are multiple choice question in part 2 and 3, we have need to carefully focus on it. I try to highlight some word. So this is one case because you are thinking about the next without being present, so that's causing the problem to incorrectly mark the question, because part 1 and part 4 even we can get 10 out of 10 in both. So you have need to focus on it. And second thing is your problem is that you are getting incorrect answers, right? You are doing incorrectly, multiple
Yes.
choice.
Yes, ma'am. Especially in multiple choice.
All right. Okay. Um, this is the question. Jack attitude to nation foods level before this project. So you have need to check main idea. One thing you have need to notice, if you notice one thing while highlighting, some is asking about Jack, some information, some point is made by life at the beginning of this at the beginning of starting the class. You have need to carefully listen. Who is the Jack? Who is Alice? Like who is a male? Who is a female? Like Alice is either male or female. Jack. Okay, mostly they are one male and one female. One thing.
Yes, ma'am.
And one thing, when you reach on this person, you have need to like this person is about labels giving nutrition information on food. You don't need to highlight every single word in this part. You have to highlight those which can provide you the correct answer. Let's see what was Jack's attitude. We know this is talking about labels before this project. So he did not read everything on them. He did not think they were important. Yeah, you can see these two had didn't read. He thought they were complicated. One, oh, what are the important keywords? Did not read, didn't think important and complicated. So these are three words. Either he didn't read, he didn't think their importance before the project. Either he thought that it was a very two are negating. So when they will talk about what they will say, he did read everything on them before the project. It's mean this option is going to be incorrect, because here they said they didn't read, and that person will said he read or he will might be say he reads some of them, not everything. So this option is going to so they will talk about every option one by one. But what is the strategy to you have to notice which are negating them. Some of the negating them, some are directly negating them, some are very close to, but some are correct. So you will have me to notice what is the right sentence. I hope so you got to understand how you have me to notice which are incorrect answer. So if you haven't mark incorrect, it's mean there are 33% chance that you will get this answer correct. But if you notice that he said he read everything, so this option is not going to be. So you have choice for two, even if you lose the correct answer. So there might be a chance you will 50% chance you will get one answer right. So try to listen, and you don't need to even a little bit focus, because if you will lose, you don't know where you are going. So you have need to highlight both the words, but main words, not too much. So what you have need to do, this is the one strategy I use, and I try to negate them. So Alice says that before doing this project, before you have to mention these things he was talking about before. There might be some option he talk about, he understand after the project. Let's say she was unaware of what certain food. Okay, you can say that she was only interested in number of calories, but after the project, there might be a chance. If the person is saying this, it's mean that person, the option is not right. So you don't need to wait for the right answer to come. You have need to listen every single option. And I hope so this will solve your problem. Try to adopt this strategy. It will help to boost your person. But don't use single strategy for every part. Like this can also work. But for math, you have need to learn about the direction, how when you are talking about someone to map how direction are described.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, one more question. In computer based, we are not supposed to write answer on another sheet or something somewhere else. We only need to submit these answers after selecting the options.
Yeah, we don't need have a choice to write some other question. You have to enter there, and when the test will finish, I think you have 1 minute to check the answer. After that, your test will be ended.
Fine. There is not submit option there, but we don't need to write these answers on the paper.
Yes, I don't know either there is a submit option in the DL exam or a test will automatically will be closed, but
Okay.
there is no option to write compared to the paper based exam where we have 10 minutes extra to write the answer. Try to don't make typo mistake. If this is a problem, try to correct it because typo mistake if you made your answer is going to incorrect. So this is about speaking. Let's move to this part now.
Ma'am, in reading, let me tell you two problems. One problem is I don't complete this task in given time. And second problem is after giving so much time, I can't even get good answers, like especially in true, false, and sometimes in multiple question too. They are not correct after having so much time, after investing so much time on it. So let me know how can I improve this one too.
Let me tell you about this problem. Let's say that. Ma'am, you have two problems. One is time management, and second, you mostly do wrong question. One is true false and given, and second is multiple choice. How much score you are getting on average?
Ma'am, about six band maximum.
Six maximum.
Yes, because I don't get good answers in it, correct answers in it. I don't know why. In first section, I get correct answers, but in second and third, it is very tough for me, especially because of those tough words and tough vocabulary, I guess. And my time management is very, very poor in this section.
Okay, I think one is your problem is that you are unable to but okay, before giving the answer, let's move. Let's ask the questions. How much like you face some problem like one is you don't understand. Are you trying to read entire passages?
And when heading, I have to match with paragraph sections. Then I used to read the entire one because I have to match with paragraph A, B, C. But if I have questions like true and false and fill in the blanks, then I try to follow skimming technique.
All right. So even for I think and when you try to solve these question, like making heading question at the beginning of the question, like for example, then let's take this example of this part two. I think that part doesn't have question. Let's say the question which you are this let's say this is our information which is contained in paragraph. In that case, sometimes you have need to like when
Read
you if this
all
person is
paragraphs.
if this is a question, uh, what you will do? Which question type will you try to solve this one? Either this one or this one.
And
this
first,
one.
I try to read these 22 to 26 so that I complete my all paragraphs, and then it will be easy for me to fill my blanks. Filling the blanks is something I can correct mostly, but in multiple questions and true false, I can't get correct answers.
So even we have need to try to make that our filling the blanks even shouldn't be wrong even in a single one, so that because one can make you our score even at 6.5. So you try to do this question at the end. You can highlight the words that you try to do at the end of the when you are done all the question related to this passage, right?
So, ma'am, uh,
अच्छा
I start.
At the end, can you? I think there is a background noise. Can someone? Okay, ma'am. Let's say if I am in place of you, I try to solve these question first, and these, and then I will come back to these person. In this passage particularly, in this passage, I solve the remaining question, then come to back. If I found like I have in mind that I have read somewhere like collection information, then I can highlight at that time if I notice that there is some way in that paragraph. Otherwise, I came on the last, not doing all the passage in this passage. I try to solve all the question and then do. In that way, it will help me easily identify because they take some time. So for heading question, you don't need to even read all the passages for but we have to even you can find half of the question by reading first and first topic sentence. Uh, this is a good strategy you can work. What you have need to do, you have need to highlight the exam and try not to highlight the words which are like heading saving the soul, that word is mostly used in this language. So you have need to highlight some words, few of them, and try to like if someone is a benefits, then try to highlight if they are talking about advantages. So sometimes these type of heading start in the beginning of, if they are talking about future implication of anything, it's mean these type of answer will be in last paragraph, most probably in the last one or second last. If they're talking about some benefits, then you can find about with the topic sentence if that is about topic. If they are solving problem, such type of answers you can easily you can such type of answer you can easily find um, by just reading that topic sentence. So in that case, it will be helpful. Other than you can save this time. Another problem is that in my opinion, I think you having a problem to understand comprehension. Try to use linking words when they talk about how they are negating next thing, what they are trying to do, and for multiple choice question they are little bit tricky. Sometimes we do wrong, but you have need to do you have need to highlight the main uh, questions. You don't need to go to the options. Read the passage where they talk about these things, and then come back to answer. I hope it will be help you and try to same things are happening, but they like in listening. If you highlight the option, it will help you to get the answer right. But in reading, I don't highlight. I don't think so. It is much benefit. Try to match the option with the passage, which options are negating the things. Sometimes they talk about just one part of the option. Sometimes they don't ask. Sometimes they negate. So try to cross those who are not going to be answered. In that way, you can make. But try to find out in which paragraph you have need to do read. Second thing, we try to use. Uh, I have listened from someone. They are like 30% are easy. There are 10% which are difficult, and they 10% take a lot of time. And if you are spending on their question, then it means you are going to lose even marks for these questions. So try to move on. Don't try to stick to the one question. If you think it is difficult, try to just mark it as soon as possible and just go to the next person. And what is thing we have
हेलो
need to
अच्छा
do the
मैम
things
मैं
like
यहाँ पर ऐड करना चाहूँगा सॉरी टू इंटर
sure sir you can add.
अच्छा मैम अगर टाइम मैनेजमेंट और ये कंप्रीहेंशन में इशू है तो इससे मेरा भी ये इशू बहुत ज़्यादा था शुरू में तो इसके लिए बेटर सोल्यूशन ये है कि आप रीडिंग ज़्यादा किया करें। इसके लिए ये आई कोड गुरु रिकमेंड करते हैं कि ये हमारे पास जो डॉन न्यूज़पेपर का ओपिनियन और एडिटोरियल जो सेक्शन होते हैं, उसमें जो आर्टिकल पब्लिश होते हैं वो तकरीबन इसी तरह ही होते हैं। तो अगर आप उसको रीड कर ले, मतलब एक हफ्ता 2 हफ्ते रीड, तो आपको रिजल्ट आना शुरू हो जाएगा। सेकेंडली, अगर कंप्रीहेंड टाइम्स के हवाले से इशू है, तो आप स्किम और स्कैन ज़्यादा किया करें। कभी कभार इस तरह भी हो जाता है कि मुझे आंसर सारे करेक्ट हो जाते लेकिन पैसेज का समझ नहीं आता। तो इससे ये है हमारे पास कि पैसेज का समझना भी ज़रूरी नहीं है, हमें सिर्फ आंसर करेक्ट करने होंगे। और थर्ड, मैं ये ऐड करूंगा कि हमें 2 क्वेश्चनों को साथ लेकर चलना चाहिए। सपोज हमें एक क्वेश्चन फर्स्ट में हमारे पास एक ट्रू एंड फॉल्स है, एंड हमारे पास जो दूसरा क्वेश्चन है उसमें हमारे पास फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स है। तो हमें दोनों को एक साथ लेकर चलना चाहिए। अगर हमें एक मिल जाए तो हम उसको करें, तो इससे हमारा टाइम सेव हो जाता है। तो ये मैं ऐड करना चाह रहा था। थैंक यू।
मेरा
Thank you
क्वेश्चन है
for your
आपसे।
suggestion.
वो आपने डॉन न्यूज़ का कहा, लेकिन उसमें मोस्टली पॉलिटिकल रिलेटेड टॉपिक नहीं होते, लेकिन जब हम देखते हैं आर्ट्स के सब इसमें, तो ये इसमें मिक्स टॉपिक्स होते हैं, जैसे साइकोलॉजी रिलेटेड, पॉलिटिक्स रिलेटेड, और काफ़ी सोशल और एकेडमिक रिसर्च के बारे में। और जब हम डॉन न्यूज़ के ओपिनियन पढ़ें, तो उसमें आपने एक और चीज़ एक्सप्लेन कर दें कि उसमें हमें जो भी हम लाइक वर्ड्स पढ़ें, उनकी वोकेबलरी वगैरह सब के मीनिंग वगैरह देख के इस तरह से पढ़ना चाहिए।
मैम, वो आप पर डिपेंड करता है कि आप किस तरह करते हैं। सपोज उससे एक चीज आप में आ जाएगी कि स्पीड रीडिंग आपकी हो जाएगी, तो उसमें आप फिर और सेकेंडली अगर आप कंप्रिहेंशन भी उससे इम्प्रूव हो जाता है। तो दोनों टाइप से आप ट्राई कर ले कि मीनिंग्स को देख ले, लेकिन वो थोड़ा ज्यादा मसला बन जाता है क्योंकि उसमें वर्ड्स ज्यादा मुश्किल होते हैं। तो आपको फिर मतलब टाइम ज्यादा लगेगा रीडिंग में। लेकिन मैम इस ये फायदा बहुत देता है क्योंकि मुझे तकरीबन 30-35 मिनट मेरा एक पैसेज लेता था जब स्टार्ट में मैंने रीडिंग को पे काम किया
एग्जैक्टली सर,
करना।
मेरा भी यही हो रहा है।
तो मैम, ये दोनों तरीके आप इस पर प्रैक्टिस कर ले। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये स्किमिंग एंड स्कैनिंग, एंड ये डॉन न्यूज़पेपर पे थोड़ा टाइम स्पेंड करें।
हाँ,
डेली 1-2 आर्टिकल पढ़े तो आपको वो एक वीक में इंशाल्लाह रिजल्ट आना शुरू हो जाएगा।
इंशाल्लाह।
Thank you, sir, for adding you. Yes, ma'am. You have, as I think I have mentioned, might be in speaking session before. You have need to make the habit of reading articles while preparing this exam. You can make habit of reading one article as well as listening podcast. In that way, if you will read, it will not only improve your reading as well as writing. If you will listen to the podcast, it will not improve your listening, but as well as your speaking. So now I think I forgot to add today because ma'am have comprehension problem. Yes, you have need to read article. So sir, you mentioned you we have need to read opinion section under Dawn News, right?
यस
Sir, can
मैम।
you confirm opinion section? We have need to read. All right. Okay, ma'am. This is one thing. And how you have need to one you are spending like your comprehension problem. Sometimes linking words also helps. These are one strategy. Try to move on as fast as they are only 5 to might be a 10 questions. Someone told they are very difficult. They take a lot of time. So try to solve all 30 questions which are easy, and you can score 780. Don't try to spend too much time for the question which is very difficult, which is taking your 5 minutes. Instead solve 5 questions, there might be a chance the one question which you have done in 5 minutes you are not going to write it, and the 5% which you have done in 5 minutes you are going to get 5 out of 5. So follow this strategy, move quickly. Move on is a strategy which we use in listening and reading. We have need to move on quickly. If you are done wrong question, don't think about it. Don't stay there. uh, Make a habit of initially you will not directly go like, but eventual time is very we happen to spend 15 minutes in 1 to 2 passage and 30 minutes for part three because sometimes MCQs type takes sometimes little bit time. There are person who can even do very fast because a comprehension if your is one problem for time management. In my opinion, I have faced, but I go through different tests. But article reading can fast improve your. If you found some difficult words and you notice that this is the word which you have need to learn, try to check the meaning after complete the passage, as well as try to read in chunking 5 words, and in that way you can increase your speed. If you're doing a true false not given question, I still sometimes do this. You have need to more time if the question is true, all of the information is given. If information is contradictory, it is no. Yes, we can find it, but there is a problem sometimes no and not given. So try to find if information is given or not. If not given, then it's it is not given. If all the information is given and it is contradictory, you have need to find it, then answer will be a false. I hope so this strategy will be work for you.
Thank you, ma'am. I will follow these, inshallah. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
one thing that sir mentioned that try to solve all the question like simultaneously. I have listened this strategy initially, but when I followed, I become like distracted. I was not able to do in that field like handling multiple questions because I was not good. So you can't say one size like one strategy fits in all situation. It varies from person to person. There might be a case that a strategy will work for you, like the one mentioned. Sir. There might be a chance it doesn't work for you. So try to learn which strategies are going to work on it. And another thing of if your score are fluctuating, it means you are not sticking to one strategy for a specific question. Every question has own strategy. You can't say that you can use one strategy and you can solve all the questions. So there's no one strategy for all questions. Every question has own strategy. You just need to know which question are in order and which question are in not in order.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. If someone has a question he or she may ask, then we can move to our today lecture. I think no one has further questions.
अच्छा मैम, मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है। मैं अभी चाह रहा हूँ कि आफ्टर रमज़ान मैं टेस्ट के लिए अपियर हूँ। तो मेरा और मॉड्यूल्स तो तकरीबन कवर है, लेकिन हमारा जो स्पीकिंग मॉड्यूल है उसमें मैंने कभी इतना ज़्यादा प्रैक्टिस नहीं किया। तो अगर इस सेशन में कोई विलिंग हो तो हम बाद में सेशन अरेंज कर सकते हैं, मतलब 1 to 1 एक दूसरे से टेस्ट लेकर। तो स्पीकिंग प्रैक्टिस के लिए अगर कोई हो तो काइंडली मुझे बता दीजिए, तो हम फिर इकट्ठे प्रैक्टिस कर लेते हैं।
Yes, sir,
Okay.
I am willing.
Oh, okay, this session is specifically for this purpose. Who asked this question?
Ma'am, he leaves the chat. Sir Haris, I guess.
Yeah, but I didn't understand completely.
Ma'am, he
He
want
said
to ask if someone want to practice with him because he want to appear in the test after Ramzan, or I think in Ramzan. So he wants someone if practice with him. Then he was asking about it.
okay, sir is asking beyond this session, right?
सॉरी मैम, मेरा कनेक्शन थोड़ा ड्रॉप हुआ था।
Sir, can you repeat the question again?
अच्छा मैम, मैं चाह रहा था अगर यहाँ पर कोई प्रैक्टिस के लिए स्पीकिंग इसके बाद मतलब मुख्तलिफ सेशन अरेंज कर सकते हैं 1 to 1, और अगर कोई और भी विलिंग हो तो हम थ्रू फ्री टाइम हो तो वो उस पे हम स्पीकिंग प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं। तो ये मेरा क्वेश्चन।
All right, you have me to practice as many times, but make sure you are improving it. And second thing, practice in this session. If you want to practice another time, it is okay, but make sure when we stick to one person, sometimes we're comfortable with him while giving answers, and when we sit in the exam, we can't answer the question. So try to speak with different person. It will provide you different feedbacks. So I think today we were discussing another thing. We try to make that our one test is cover in one day. So if you want to practice like full test in this session, we try to make it. Have you? When is your exam? Agreed. I think today there's not much time left, but we try to cover one test at least one day. So if people show a willingness, we can create breakout rooms, and you will get a chance to practice with different person every day. But sometimes people are not enough, so that's why I prefer to practice in the main session. So if multiple people, we can create even breakout rooms. For this purpose. Okay, we would like to practice this test, but there's less time left. So let's start our practice. At least we can cover those who didn't answer yesterday for part one. They can answer these questions. Who would like to answer? Can you can raise your hand. Who would like to give answer for part one?
Yes, ma'am, I can answer.
I think, ma'am, this is the same question you have already answered it. That's why I was saying if someone else
Okay,
can
okay.
give who didn't answer the question. All right. If nobody is willing, then ma'am, you can ask the part one question for me because I didn't answer this part
Sure,
yesterday,
ma'am.
right?
Yes. Okay, let's start. How often do you see your neighbors? Why or why not?
I do not see them frequently because I'm not the person who go outside frequently. So that's the main reason of not watch them on a regular basis.
Do you invite your neighbors to your home? Why or why not?
I have a very hectic schedule, and even I did not get enough time to give them. So that's why I do not give an invitation to come in my home.
Do you think you are a good neighbor?
Yes, I am a good one because whenever they ask help from me, I am always show willingness to help them. In my opinion, if you help someone, they can also help you in case if you need in future.
Has a neighbor ever helped you?
To be honest, I didn't ask any help to my neighbor, so that's why I did not get a chance to observe it.
Oh, ma'am, your answers were concise and I don't see any filler words in your answer, not repeating clause, so it was good.
And what about coherence?
Coherence is also good because you are very fluent and you haven't repeated any clause. If you are talking about linking words, then I think I haven't noticed them, but your answer were good.
All right, then we can move to part two. So, who would like to answer for part two? You can raise your hand. We can start 1 minute timer, and then in this time we can make notes, and we can answer the question when the time is up. Let me start the time. You can start preparing your notes. Ma'am, if you want to speak first, then you can start.
Uh, Ma'am, can I?
Sure, sir. You are
Okay.
also welcome.
Uh, okay, so I am going to explain the a task that I did in my university. It was about passing an exam. So I was in my eighth semester, and the subject that I was studying was very difficult to me, as I have very less number in my mid exams, and the final exams were coming, and I did not have much time to prepare for the final exam. So this was the task that I found very difficult. So what I did, that I visited to my friend, and that was very that was very good at this subject. So I visited to his hotel, and we just sat down and tried to finish all the remaining syllabus in one night. So what I did, that I tried to complete all the things in that one night, and I study hard till 9 a.m. morning, and then I appeared to my exams, and uh, gratefully it was very good exam, and I just passed that exam. So after this experience, uh, I was very thankful to my friend, and I was very emotional at that moment, because it was my last semester. So in the end, the overall experience was very struggling and good as well. Thank you.
That's you can say it was very challenging. There were some papers which you can remove it. I just passed exam. You have me to you. I just passed the exam because it was on the past. And something sometimes you can use like we sat together. Consequently, we did a group study. Consequently, we were able to complete the entire syllabus in one night. So it means you can use some sort of linking words. So there are something which you can improve. If anyone have a suggestion, otherwise I don't find any ideas like issues, or might be you are stuck in the middle, but you have need to speak coherently. Anyone have suggestion? You can add here. All right.
Yes, ma'am. The main difficulty I found is in creating the ideas, and just uh, having an idea, listing down the ideas, and just and then arranging them to keep them in uh, you know in a queue
Logical
mode.
structure.
Yes, ma'am. So yeah, I
No,
am working on this.
yeah, I didn't find ideas lacking issue or any. Your structure was okay. Like you have started with a proper beginning, and then you have a story what you have done, and then you have concluded with it. Structure was fine, but there are something which you can, which I have mentioned, or you can bring improvement. Any one, if you don't have any question, we can move to the next one. Who would like to answer this question? If you're lagging early, even you can make your pace a little bit slow, and you can get the time to think little bit. Don't make your space too much slow, but it should be like average.
Okay, ma'am.
If anyone would like to answer the same question for part 2, you are free to
Uh,
answer.
can I answer?
Sure, sir.
Okay. Describe a task. Okay. Um, to answer this, I would refer to my master's thesis. For master's thesis, I successfully completed a comprehensive vulnerability of multinational companies' network infrastructure. This was certainly the most challenging task I have ever undertaken during my academic journey. Wha- uh, what task I did? The audit that involved penetration testing, code review, and analysis of potential
Uh, sir, your voice is not clear. I think you have an internet problem.
attacks, implement them. Am I audible now?
Still not clear.
I think I have an internet
Okay.
problem.
Our time is also going to end. We can continue with the same question from tomorrow onward.
Sure, sure.
And the remaining people can answer this question because we will continue from part 2 onward. And we'll try to finish the entire test so that we can complete one test. And if many people are willing, we can create breakout rooms so that the different multiple people can complete the entire test. But sometimes people are not enough, so that's why we prefer to practice in the main session. We have 1 minute. If anyone have last question, you can ask.
Sorry, ma'am.
Ma'am, any tip you can share related writing
I actually just wanted
in
to
this one
add a
time, in
suggestion.
this 1 minute, sorry.
I think in that way, in my opinion, you have need to follow the marking criteria of like 4 different things. How you have to bring the complex structure, how you have to use cohesive devices, how you have need to use use one idea for each body paragraph and try to develop it instead of looking at the too many ideas. So thank you for all. We will continue from tomorrow. Allah Hafiz.